Welcome to the seventh and final episode in the Python with AI series. In this final video, we'll be going over the future of coding and the next steps you can take after this series. So before we go over the next steps, let's take a moment to reflect on our progress and look back at what we've learned. So at the start of the series, we were writing all of our Python code on our own without any outside help. This meant we needed to actually memorize the syntax and the various keywords and functions that Python provides to us. However, now we're guiding an AI to build large projects. So nowadays, learning to code isn't just about memorizing syntax, but it's also about problem solving and logic skills and providing direction through prompt engineering. So through prompt engineering, we provide the direction to the AI, and the AI does all the typing on its own. It writes all the code and generates it on its own. Now that we've reflected and looked back at the progress that we've made, let's now look at 3 top tips that summarize what we've learned throughout the series. So firstly, before pasting any AI generated code and running it, we need to understand what the code does first. So read it line by line so that you can more easily understand the code and what it's doing. Secondly, make sure to ask AI for explanations if you're having trouble understanding something. This basically turns the AI into a teacher which can teach you why it made specific decisions or why a specific method is the most efficient one, or if you're just asking a question about the code and you're not sure what a part of the code does. And the last tip is to test generated code often. You always have to make sure the code works because a small error can cause the whole application to fail. So make sure the code works before making any further changes or publishing it to others online. So now let's go over some project ideas that you can do on your own to continue practicing your skills with Python and AI. So firstly, if you're into data and automation of tasks, then you can create a script that sorts messy, unorganized files on your desktop into folders by classifying each file based on its file type. So in order to do this, you can ask AI about the OS and SHUTIL libraries. You can do that by asking in Windsurf chat, asking Windsurf to teach you what those libraries are, and you can also ask it to generate the code for you. If you're into web development or web design, then you can build a personal portfolio website to present your skills and your experience in various programming languages. So in order to learn more about how to do this, you can make use of Python's Flask library, which you'll have to install. You can ask AI how to install that and ask it to teach you more about what Flask does and how it can be used to make professional websites. If you're interested in coding things that involve generative AI or harnessing the power of AI, then you can create an interactive chatbot in the terminal that is able to respond to questions that you ask it, or emulate a person in the real world, like somebody who you know very well, by training the model on various pieces of data. So key libraries here are requests and OpenAI. That's for the OpenAI API, which can actually provide generative AI through an API key, which you can provide to OpenAI through the requests library. If you want to learn more, then you can ask Windsurf Chat about these libraries and how they work. And you can also start coding by asking Windsurf Chat to generate some starter code for you. So to get started here, you can pick one of the three projects or come up with your own project that you want to make. And then you can ask the AI by giving it a prompt saying that you want to build whatever you want to build. In this case, I'm going to say I want to build a personal portfolio website because I'm into web development and web design. And it's also important to mention that you're a beginner who's just finished a basics course on Python because that's the level that you're currently at. So that way, the response that the AI provides can be more tailored towards your level and more understandable. And then you can ask it to give you a 5-step roadmap so that you can incrementally build the project that you want to create one step at a time. You can come up with a plan to actually build your product. So now if we send this message, you can see it comes up with a 5-stage plan. Firstly, plan and design by sketching, setting up the development environment, which we already did here, creating the basic structure through HTML, adding content, and styling the website. So you can see how this prompt here allows us to very quickly get started on actually building the product. So we can begin the process of development straight away. Because of tools like AI that we now have, the barrier to entry for software development is now really low, meaning it's now very easy to get into coding, and it's becoming more and more popular of a field as time goes on and AI starts to improve and get even more powerful. Now that we know what Python is and we have an AI to clarify the parts of Python that we don't quite understand yet, and also to help us actually code the product, we can now instantly get started building. With the right prompt engineering skills and the right vision in mind, you can create something truly impressive and amazing. So go select a project now that you want to build and start building it. Come up with a plan with AI. Ask AI to help you on anything that you need an explanation for. And then afterwards, go and publish it online so that everybody can see your work. There are many deployment platforms out there like GitHub and GitLab and Vercel. It's really up to you which one you want to use. You can go online to find potentially even more options for deploying your code, but all of them will let others see all the good work you've done. So this concludes the Python with AI series. Thank you very much for sticking through the whole series. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe. and make sure to look out for the next series on a different programming language coming soon.